My name is Mwabia Ezechime. I'll be guiding you to financial freedom. We started a series on how one can become financially free a few weeks ago, and we've been able to establish the fact that financial independence is not the same thing as financial freedom. You could be financially independent, but you're not yet financially free. Although financial independence is an essential first step to financial freedom. Supposing you want to access a 9th floor of a building, you must have to go through first floor, second floor, before you could get through the 9th floor. So financial independence is that essential step that you must attain before you get to financial freedom. If you want to acquire whatsoever, and you have the resources with which you can acquire all such things, you have the money, and then you acquire such thing without recourse to any individual. But if you still have to look back at your bank accounts to assess the impact of what you have purchased, then you are not yet financially free. You could be said to be financially independent. Yes, as difficult as it may sound, financial freedom is still a possibility. It's still a possibility. You can become financially free. Financial freedom may seem as a far-fetched goal, but I want you to know that it is something that you can achieve. For you to achieve financial freedom, there are certain things you must take care of. Among them is that you must quit the blame game. You are as happy as you choose or as sad as you want. It is easy to blame other people, economy, but resign yourself from the way things are. But the point is this: whatever you are today is your responsibility. For you to attain financial freedom, you must stop blaming it on others. You must start taking responsibility. Until this is done, you are not yet ready to become financially free. If you still have your father to blame, still have your mother to blame, still have the government to blame, still have something to put the blame on, you are not yet ready for financial freedom. So you must quit the blaming game and take responsibility for your life before you could begin the journey for financial freedom. Another thing you must do is this: you need to make up your mind to achieve something great. You need to make up your mind to achieve something great. To become financially free is a very great goal. It's a big dream, and it is good you dream big. The reason is because the goals we set, the dreams we have, they have a way to drive our character, our behavior to achieving things that are unthinkable. The size of your dream have the capacity, have the ability to drive your behavior to achieving the unthinkable. In the course to future or destiny, it begins with a thought, because your thought precedes your emotion. Your emotion precedes your decision. Your decision precedes your action. And if you can do something repeatedly over a period of time, take a certain action repeatedly over a long period of time, that will become your character. And your character is what decides your habit, and your habit decides your destiny, or that future we are talking about. So the goals we set are products of our thoughts. Goals are products of dream, and they have a way to drive our behavior to achieving the unthinkable. So make up your mind to achieve something that is very great. This is one thing you must do if you want to become financially free. And thinking of becoming financially free is a big dream. Now, achieving financial freedom requires you setting goals. Achieving financial freedom requires you setting goals. There's nobody that wants to journey to a particular destination that don't first of all sit down to plot his destination. and also to plot the terminal from where he will take off from. So for you to achieve financial freedom, you must have a goal. You must have a target. You must have something that you want to hit. And then it will require you to plan carefully from the beginning to the end. You want to set out on a journey, maybe from here to wheresoever. You must decide where you're taking off from. Where is your takeoff point? This is part of the planning. Achieving financial freedom will require you to set goals. Not just setting goals. You will carefully plan and coordinate the goals that you set. Nobody will ever want to set out on a journey without first of all considering his takeoff points. The same is true on your journey to financial freedom. You must establish where you are currently. Where are you now currently? On the financial journey, where are you currently? Are you in debt? Are you financially stable? Where are you? You must know where you are. Where is your current financial position? Are you in debt? Are you financially stable? Wherever you are, you must be true to yourself. Establish your current position so you can know where you are taking off from. I mentioned that we must dream big in order to achieve financial freedom. The reason is because if we don't dream, we will not be able to achieve anything in life. If we don't dream, we will not be able to get to any point in life. There is need for you to dream big and then map out your financial goals. Map out your financial goals. I'll give you a list that can guide you on how you can map out your financial goals. The reason is because success is defined in different ways by different people. For example, if I ask you, what is success to you? Your definition will be different from the definition. The reason is because the standard of life that I would want to live might differ from the standard of life you want to live. To some people, to become successful means to have a lot of money. While to some people, to become successful means to have very good health. Some is to have good family. So several people define the word success differently. So in a bid for you to plan your financial goal, you need to write out your overall goal and what success is to you. For example, to me, success is defined as, you have to define your own success. What is my financial goal? You have to know the number. What is the number? Is it making $3 trillion? Is it making $1 billion? What is your overall financial goal? For instance, I am 40 years old, and if my target is to live for 80 years, I must be able to establish the total amount of money I spend on daily basis, then weekly basis, monthly basis, yearly, and then do the proper mathematics to know the total amount of money that I will be needing for the next 40 years without bothering myself about money. Remember, we are talking about financial freedom. Financial freedom is a situation whereby you connect to your deepest desire without having to think about money. That is it. So you need to establish what success is to you. What is your financial goal, overall financial goal, total amount of money you would want to have as an individual. And then in course, to develop your goals or to develop your plans, there is need for you to set your 12 months plan, because you must start today. If you want to become financially free, you must start immediately. What do you think you want to achieve in the next 12 months? These things should be written out. Then the next 5 years, the next 10 years, and then as the case might be. Like my own case, if I choose to be 80, now I am 40. In the next 40 years, what should be my financial goal? What level of savings do I need to have so that I can fall back on them to sponsor my life without having to think about working again? So you need to define what success is to you financially. If we don't expend our time and money wisely, we may find ourselves 15 or 20 years behind where we should be. If you don't expend your time and your money wisely, you will find yourself 15 years or 20 years behind schedule. How do I mean? At this point, you need to arrest your spending habits. You need to know how you spend your money. Where is my money going? There is need for us to establish these facts. Every dime that goes out from you, you should be able to know where they are going. You sit down and have a list of your total expenditure. For example, if I ask you, how did you spend the earnings you made the past month? Bet you don't really know how you spent them. Something happened when I had the privilege to administer a particular association in my days in the university. And when I was made the president over that association, and then I called for the financial record, I saw the amount of money that association had been able to gather. But by the time I looked into their savings and other projects that they've been able to carry, I discovered that they were completely zero. The reason is because they were not really taking record or paying close attention to what they are expending their money on. Yes, the same goes to each and every one of us. It's not about the amount of money that comes to you, but the amount of money that stays with you. And one of the ways to helping you track that or arresting that situation is by arresting your spending habits. And how you arrest your spending habit is to make a list of everything you are spending your money on. You will be amazed. You get to discover that there are a lot of things you expend your money on that are nothing to deal with. They are just wastes. These are also true for financial freedom. In one of the trainings I had few years ago about investment, we were taught three things in investments. One is mentality. Two is money management. Three is strategy. The same is true for financial freedom. You know, principles are fixed, but strategies can differ. This is the same principle if you want to become financially free. You must take care of your money mentality. They call it the psychology of money. The psychology of money. How do you think about money? To some people, if they have opportunity to come to a place where they are raising funds, maybe for charity, automatically those people get irritated because they feel that something is going out from them. No, the psychology of money that supports financial dependence or financial prosperity doesn't permit that. You don't see money going out from you as an expenditure. No, you always see it as an investment. Or you come to a place where they're looking for people that will solve some monetary problem. You just wish that other people will take care of it. No, if you want to become financially free, every dime that is coming out from you, you don't see them as a loss. You see them as an investment. And also, money management, like I mentioned, or financial intelligence, although we come to financial intelligence and deal with it proper in our subsequent teachings, money management, you must declare your priority, your scale of preference. You don't just expend money on anything. You guide yourself against impulse purchase. Anything that comes around, you buy. No, you don't do that. And the application of the right strategy. Apply the right strategy, which we're also going to teach in detail in the course of this series. On your way to financial freedom, you must come to the point where you ask yourself these three big questions. You ask yourself, am I ready for the change? It's easy for people to say, I want to become financially free, but they are not really ready. There is need for you to ask yourself, am I ready for this change? Am I really ready? Am I willing to give up some pleasures to achieve this? Am I ready for the challenge? Because becoming financially free is not going to be completely easy. It's a challenge, it's a task. But you must be mentally ready. You must be emotionally ready. You must be willing to give up some pleasures in order to achieve this. On my journey in the pursuit of financial freedom, there was a time as a graduate, but my bank account was not really a graduate. I was willing to give up some pleasures, to do anything that is legitimate in order to raise funds for myself. Whether it's in the rain, whether it's in the night, whenever. As long as it is something that is legitimate and it has the capacity to raise me some fund, I will be willing. People around them laughed. People said all sorts of things, but I knew what I was pursuing. I knew that if I could make that box in their numbers, I will amass a lot of money. Certain things that people will not be willing to do because of their ego, I will just go to do them and then amass money for myself. With that, I was able to accumulate some money with which we did other investments. Ask yourself, am I really ready for the change? Am I really willing to give up my pride? Am I ready for the challenge? These questions must be answered. You must have asked yourself these three big questions. Are you ready for the challenge? Are you willing to give up some pleasures? You must have answered this question. And then if you've answered this question, then you must then be willing and ready to work the process in order to produce results. And the process begins with being true to yourself. We must admit where we are right now. I mentioned it earlier. Where are you right now? Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. And then you go straight to developing your financial plan. It is important for you to know where your money goes to. This will serve as a roadmap to where you are going in short term and in long term. So we want to now see how to develop financial plan in terms of practice. You have to do that. It's important. This will serve as your roadmap in short term and in long term. Okay, you will see a table that I made just for a guide on how to know where your money goes to. It's important we know where our money is going to. Every dime that you have made, every money you are making, it is important you know where they are going. So you make a table that will have your income on one side and then on the other side, your expenses. The part of the expenses will help us to trace where your money goes to. You know where your money often go to. How much do I spend on rent? How much do I spend on utilities? How much do I spend on transportation? And if you have kids, how much do you spend on your children? How much do you spend on phone calls, on entertainment, groceries, healthcare, charity? The list should be as extensive as possible. Don't leave anything out. All the areas you expend money, make the long lists. Remember, you need to be true to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. I spend money on this. I spend money on that. I spend money on this other thing. Let the list be as long as possible. Be true to yourself. And then at the same time, you come to the income section to check. How is money coming into you? Are you making money through wage as a salary earner? Do you have investments that yield you dividends? Are you into affiliate marketing? Maybe you're making money through that means. Or you've saved money, you are now a pensioner. Are you making money through pension? Do you have some equipment that you have gotten that you make money from through rents or capital gain, commission or sales? You need to be true to yourself. Now, when you check on the income side, you fix the amount. Check on the expenditure side, you fix the amount. By the time you do the total, then you will know where you are financially. This is a must for everybody that wants to be financially free. You need to know where money is coming from and how much is coming from that side, and also where your money is going to and how much is going out from that area. A careful observation on this list will help you to arrest your habit of spending. You'll be able to curtail your expenditure on things that are not really necessary. Now, you compare what is going out against what is coming in. See if you could make any adjustments. Remember, we checked our income and our expenses. Now we compare on the expenditures, how much are you expending? Then are there adjustments you could make? Remember, you need to be true to yourself. The moment you observe some expenditures that are not really necessary, but you see yourself in the habit of making those expenditures, you try and adjust them. The idea is to stop the habit of impulse spending, while the purpose is to gain control over your financial future. Why we drew this table? So that you can really arrest the habit of impulse spending and then gain control over your financial future. If you don't arrest your spending habits, you will not be able to gain control over your financial future. I told us an experience that I had while I was in the university. A particular association, they made a lot of money. A lot of donation came in, but they were not able to achieve much because they were not really careful or mindful on the things they expend their money on. It was until when we came on board to administrate over that association, we were able to apply a few things that we were taught, and then we achieved massive success in just a short time. So, you compare what is going out against what is coming in to see if you could make any adjustments. This essential step must be captured before you can begin to grow your net worth. You must capture this step of putting down the areas where your money is going to and how your money is coming. Once this step is achieved, you can begin to shape the rest of your financial life. If you've not been able to achieve this step, to arrest your spending habits, impulse spending, you are not yet ready to shape your financial life. So this is an essential step that must be captured. So anybody that is on his way to financial freedom must be detailed about how he spends his money. You don't spend money that was not budgeted for. You must have a budget. You must begin to have a budget. Once this is achieved, you can begin to shape the rest of your financial future. The moment you're able to track the channels and avenues through which you expend, then you can begin to shape the rest of your financial future. What does that imply? It means that until you are able to track all your expenses, you are not yet ready to be financially free. A lot of people make a lot of money, but how much stays with them is a big issue. The world we live in permits us the opportunity to choose our path in life. An actionable and clear financial plan can help us remain focused and become successful when opposition comes. What I mean is this: if you don't have financial plan, circumstances will hit you and they will hit you down completely. We live in a world that allows us the opportunity to choose the path that we go. So today I want to encourage you, choose the path to become financially free. Try the much that you can to dream that one day you will be connected to your deepest desires without having to bother about money for the rest of your life. It is possible. It is achievable. All you need to do is to dream, plan, set goals, take action. As you begin to do this, you meet us at the top till we come your way again next week. Thank you.